Hey, Mary, stay outside. What are you doing in my house? Have I not warned you not to come to my house? Kimmy asked fakely. Kimmy, please, I am very sorry for everything. Forgive me, please. Mary apologized. It's okay. I knew that you would certainly come back to me. Let's go inside, please. Kimmy replied. So what happened that you came to my house this early morning? Kimmy asked. Kimmy, could you imagine my husband paid Sandra's bride price and they're secretly planning to relocate abroad? Said Mary. I heard the news, so what are your plans now? Kimmy asked. To kill him and to make Sandra suffer for the rest of her life. I am tired of endurance and heartbreak. Mary responded. Wow. Now you're talking like a wise and reasonable person. When do you intend to kill him? Kimmy asked. Next week. I want to give him slight time to see whether he would change. Mary replied. Mary, whatever you want to do concerning these issues on the ground, do it instantly. I hope you know delay is dangerous. Don't you think before that next week you're talking about, your husband might secretly sell all his properties and travel out of this town with Sandra without you knowing? Said Kimmy. You're very correct. I thought of what you just said lately, so where do we go from here? Mary asked. I am preparing breakfast now. When I am done, I will take you somewhere. Kimmy responded. A few hours later, Kimmy took Mary to a deadly shrine in a very small remote village to kill her husband Ben and to make Sandra's life miserable. Woman, what brought you to my shrine? The native doctor asked. Mary gave the picture of her husband and Sandra to the native doctor and said, I want you to kill this man and make this girl's life miserable forever. The native doctor collected the pictures and put them inside calabash and began to do incantation. After he finished the incantation, he gave her back the pictures and said, Woman, take these pictures and leave my shrine. I can't harm these two souls. Wise one, why can't you harm them? Mary asked. These souls are innocent. Woman, I sense very serious disasters in your matrimonial home, so be very, very careful with whom you share your problems with. Someone has finished digging your grave, and that soul has set many traps for you to enter the grave. And the soul keeps pushing you towards the direction of the traps, and if you mistakenly fall into any of the traps, that will be the end of your life. The native doctor responded. Wise one, which soul are you talking about, please? Mary asked curiously. The gods have not revealed the person, but be careful. Native doctor responded. Please, wise one, what should I do now? Mary asked fearfully. Woman, go back to your husband's house and exercise patience. Your problems are impatience, intolerance, and talkativeness. And if you're not careful enough, these problems would send you to your early grave. The native doctor responded. Wise one, I am very scared. What should I do to flee from these disasters you're talking about? Mary asked. Woman, it is only patience, tolerance, and ability to keep secrets and to keep your mouth shut that would avert you from these disasters that an enemy has programmed ahead of you. You may go now. The native doctor replied. Mary left the shrine with a heavy burden and a bunch of confusion, and went and met Kimmy where they packed the car, and when they got home, Mary disclosed everything the native doctor told her to Kimmy. Don't mind what that man said. Many of them don't see and know anything. I have another plan. But I think he might be right. I have this feeling that Sandra is the one who dug the grave for you. Possibly, she is planning to kill your husband and accuse you of killing him. Said Kimmy. I don't think Sandra can do that to Ben. Said Mary. Mary, why are you always thinking childishly? If Sandra could have the mind to cast a spell on your husband and snatch him away from you, that means she can do anything. Said Kimmy. It's true, so what do you suggest I should do to get rid of these issues on the ground? Mary asked. Kill Ben, and accuse Sandra of killing him and have peace of mind. If you don't kill him now and you allow Sandra to kill him, Esther and all of Ben's family members and friends would accuse you of killing him. Don't forget you and Ben have very big problems on the ground. They might think you kill him because of what happened between you and him. And you might end up committing suicide because of anguish, shame, and reproach. I believe this was what the native doctor was trying to tell you. Mary, act fast now before it's too late. Said Kimmy. Kimmy, I agree with you. I swear your head is full of wisdom. I will do exactly what you said before it's too late. Mary agreed to kill her husband. The operation will take place tomorrow morning by 4 a.m. Don't worry yourself, just leave everything for me. I will handle it. Kimmy responded. I trust you. Said Mary. Thereafter, Kimmy planned on how they would carry out the operation. The next morning, Kimmy tapped Mary and she got up hastily and wore a mask. Kimmy wore a mask, carried a gun and a small knife, and also carried 10 liters of petrol and matches. Kimmy, what are you going to do with this petrol and matches? Mary asked. Don't worry, you will know the reason later, keep driving. Kimmy responded. When they got there, Mary called and lured her gatekeeper to open the gate, and when the gateman opened the gate, Kimmy hastily stabbed the gateman with a knife and Mary silently opened the house door and they went inside. Mary was very afraid to handle the gun and to shoot her husband. Kimmy collected the gun and went straight to Ben's room while Mary was in the parlor, and when Kimmy got to Ben's room, Ben forgot to lock his door. She entered and saw Ben and Sandra sleeping naked, so she shot Ben on his head and she also shot Sandra and ran away from the room. When they got outside, Kimmy removed the mask and gave Mary the gun and they were about to run away from the compound when Kimmy held Mary tightly from back and began to shout heavily. Somebody help, oh, someone killed her husband and she wants to run away, oh. Suddenly, people came out massively, and they saw the corpse of the gateman and they went inside and they saw Ben and Sandra's corpses, and Mary was still wearing the mask and holding the gun. Kimmy and those people began to beat Mary pitilessly. Let's burn her alive, she's an evil woman, said Kimmy. After they put the tire on Mary's neck, Kimmy hastily brought the petrol and poured it all over her body, and when they wanted to light a fire to burn Mary alive, Mary screamed out heavily, no, 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 and woke up, and when she woke up her body was soaked with sweat and she was strengthless, and she looked at the time. It was exact time for the operation. Thank God it was a dream, thank you Lord for the revelation, said Mary. While she was praying, Kimmy was knocking at her room door, and after she prayed finished she sluggishly went and opened the door. Mary, it's time for the operation, take this mask and wear, and let's go, said Kimmy. Thank you Kimmy, but I am no longer interested in killing my husband. I have terminated the plans, so please kindly go back to your bed and sleep. Mary responded courageously. Mary? But why? Kimmy asked. The reason is best known to me. Mary responded. Mary, what's going on? Why are you acting up? This was not what we planned last night, nah. Madam, don't you understand simple English again? I said I don't want to kill my husband anymore, so what's now your problem? Mary asked, why packing her clothes. Mary, why do you suddenly change? What's happening? Kimmy asked. Mary disclosed the nightmare she had to Kimmy, and Kimmy said, Mary, you're very funny. Oh, that was a mere dream. So is it because of the ordinary dream that you're behaving like this? Beg forget about the dream and let's carry out the operations this morning. Kimmy, did you just say it was a mere dream? Mary asked. Yes, not. Don't allow the nightmare to discourage you, oh. Kimmy, may thunder fire that your stinky sweet mouth. After God has exposed all your evil plans, you still expect me, Mary, to accompany you to go and kill my husband. You're a devil in a human form. You want to ruin my life, and after you succeed in ruining my life, you will relocate to the UK to go and enjoy your life with your husband and your daughter. May God punish you and this your sweet mouth for all the destructive advice you've been giving me. I thought you were a best friend. I never knew you were a betrayer and an agent of destruction. God will reward you for all your evil deeds. Sooner or later you would reap all the evil you've sowed. Beast, get out of my way and let me pass, said Mary. Kimmy became as mad as a dangerous snake and said, Mary, I swear with my mother's grave, I will deal with you. Kimmy, you can never do me anything. Just get ready to reap what you sow, and let me warn you, if anything happens to my husband, I will hold you responsible. Mary replied and drove away. After Mary left, Kimmy swore to kill her husband Ben and accused Mary of killing her husband. A few hours later, Mary arrived at her elder sister's house and she disclosed everything she went through to her elder sister. Mary, you mean you went through all these pains and you've been hiding it from your family? Her sister asked. I am sorry, sister. The truth is that I didn't want to tell my family what I was going through, because I knew very well that everybody would blame me for forcing my husband to sleep with our house girl. That was why I hid it from all the members of our family, including our mom. Mary responded. Mary, just look at how foolish and senseless you're. Why are you telling me now? You've used your mouth to destroy your matrimonial home. Her sister asked angrily. Sister, the circumstances are beyond my control. I am tired of dying in silence. I can't help myself any longer. Mary lamented. You had problems with your husband. You could not share them with your family. You hid them from your siblings and your mother. And you foolishly went and shared them with that beast you called best friend, and you allowed her to mislead you. Mary, you're a very senseless human being, and if not because you're pregnant, I could have sent you out of my house right now and disclosed everything you told me to everyone. Get ready, I will take you to church this evening for deliverance because you need a serious deliverance. Her sister replied. Honey, please, take it easy with her. I feel her pains. She made mistakes and nobody is above that. Please just let her be, said her sister's husband. Thereafter, her elder sister took her to a pastor's house. When they got there, she opened up everything she went through to the pastor, and the pastor said, Madam, you're the one who gave your best friend access to destroy you because you always told her every good and bad thing that was happening in your life. She is always jealous and envies your marriage, especially when you tell her how your husband always takes good care of you and pamper you. She has been looking for thousands of ways to ruin your marriage and your life. Madam, just thank God for the revelation. If not because of that revelation, only God knows whether you would still be alive by now, said the pastor. Thank you very much, man of God. I trusted that lady so much. I never knew she could plan evil against me. Mary appreciated the pastor. The next day, Kimmy sent a thug to go and kill Mary's husband. Hello, Tiger. I have a job for you. Where are you? Kimmy asked. Madam, I am not in town right now, but I am sending you my guy who will deliver the job perfectly for you. Tiger responded. I will be waiting for him, said Kimmy. A few moments later, the guy arrived. Good day, Ma. I am Willie. Tiger sent me here. Okay, take this picture. I want you to kill this man. He's my husband, but I want him dead tonight. And I will pay you $150K now, and when the work is done, I will balance you $100K, said Kimmy. Consider it done, madam, Willie replied. Thereafter, Kimmy gave Willie Ben's house address and told him the exact time Ben would come back from work. By 8:30 p.m., Ben came back from work, and as soon as Ben entered his house, Willie climbed a fence and entered the compound. He began to walk silently towards the direction of the door, and when Ben entered his room, he put on CCTV cameras, and as soon as he on the CCTV cameras, he saw Willie tiptoeing in his compound, and Ben hastily carried his gun and tiptoed to his parlor's door. He put the gun at his back pocket, and immediately after he opened the door, Willie pointed a gun at his forehead, and Ben was not able to bring out his gun. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I will give you anything you want, Ben murmured. Shut up. Say your last prayer right now, Willie commanded. Sandra was in the kitchen, and when she heard their voices, she rushed out to the parlor to see what was happening, and when she came out, she saw the gun in Ben's back pocket, and she raised her hands and said, Please don't kill me, oh, please don't kill me, oh. And as soon as she walked close to Ben, she quickly removed the gun and shot Willie in his right hand instantly, and the gun fell from his hands. Ben picked the gun immediately and pointed at him. Who sent you to come and kill me? Ben asked angrily. Please, sir, don't kill me. It was your wife who sent me to come and kill you, Willie responded. What? Are you saying my wife sent you to come and kill me? Ben asked furiously. Yes, sir, Willie replied. Mary had the temerity to send an assassin to come and kill me. Is see why she blocked all my access to her? Mary, I will leave no stone unturned until you go to prison. Hello, DPO, please send me your boys right away. My wife sent an assassin to come and assassinate me. Please, sir, take it easy. I don't think your wife can send someone to come and take your life. She doesn't have that kind of mind, said Sandra. If Mary could have the guts to drug me, that means she can kill me, Ben responded. While they were interacting, 3 policemen arrived and took Willie away. The next morning, Ben went to the station. Sir, where is your wife? She needs to be arrested, said the police officer. Yes, but the truth is that I have not set my eyes on her for a week now, and she blocked all my access to her, but I believe she would be in her elder sister's house because that's the only relative she has in this town, Ben replied. They were about to go to Mary's elder sister's house to go and arrest Mary. Suddenly, Willie's phone rang, and it was Kimmy, so the officer hastily went and gave Willie the phone. Hello, Willie, how far? You didn't call me as you promised. Did you kill him? Kimmy asked. Say yes, the police whispered. Yes, madam, I am coming for my balance this morning, Willie replied. Come quickly, because I will soon go to work, said Kimmy. After the call ended, Ben said, That's not my wife's voice. Anyway, let's go there now. Thereafter, Willie, Ben, and the policeman went to Kimmy's house. Sir, this is your wife who sent me to come and kill you, said Kimmy. She's not my wife, but my wife's best friend. I warned Mary countless times to stay away from this lady, but she wouldn't listen, said Ben. They arrested Kimmy and took her to the station, and when they got to the station, Kimmy said it was Mary who gave her $1 million to send the assassin to kill her husband Ben. Kimmy recorded when Mary said she would kill her husband and make Sandra suffer for the rest of her life. So she brought out her phone and played the audio recorder of her and Mary. Kimmy, could you imagine my husband paid Sandra's bride price and they're secretly planning to relocate abroad? Said Mary. I heard the news, so what are your plans now? Kimmy asked. To kill him and to make Sandra suffer for the rest of her life. I am tired of endurance and heartbreak, Mary replied. Thereafter, Ben took the policeman to Mary's elder sister's house, and when they got there, Mary's sister and her husband went to work, so they arrested Mary. When they got to the station, they asked Mary why she paid Kimmy $1 million to send assassin to kill Ben. She said Kimmy lured her to kill her husband Ben, and she was ready to kill Ben when she heard the news of him paying their housegirl's dowry and his secret plans to relocate abroad with the housegirl. But she later terminated the plans for killing her husband instantly and engaged in serious quarrel with Kimmy after she had a terrible dream about what they were planning to do. So she narrated the dream to them. A few moments later, Mary's sister and her husband came to the police station. And when the policeman asked them questions, they still narrated exactly what Mary narrated to the policeman. So at the end of the case, they released Mary and they detained Kimmy and Willie. A month and 2 weeks later, Ben got a surprising call from Mary's elder sister. Ben, good day. Mary's sister greeted. Good day, madam. How is family? Ben asked. We thank God. I called you to inform you that Mary, your wife, has given birth to twins, a boy and a girl, this afternoon, but she said she doesn't want to see you, Mary's sister replied, and ended the call. Ben became extremely amazed because he never believed that Mary was truly pregnant. And when he told Sandra, she was extremely happy. Thereafter, Ben took Sandra and drove joyfully to Mary's sister's area, and when they got to a hospital to see Mary. Satan, what are you doing here with your wife Jezebel? Did my sister not tell you that I don't want to see your disgusting face? Mary asked Ben furiously. Mary, her elder sister, and her husband were extremely shocked by what Ben and Sandra said. Honey, please calm down, it is not what you've been thinking. Everything was a game. I never slept with Sandra, let alone fell in love with her. I did everything just to teach you lessons, but I am extremely sorry that everything turned out that way. Sandra responded. Ben, what are you saying? I don't get it, and where is the pregnancy that Sandra was carrying? Asked confusingly. It was a fake pregnancy, Mary. I just wanted the prank to look realistic. Sandra, please narrate everything to her, said Ben. Ma, I am extremely sorry for everything you went through because of me. I cried day and night because of the pains your husband and I caused you. Ma, you're like an elder sister to me. You treated me like your blood sister. When you gave me the $500K to sleep with your husband, I couldn't sleep that night. I had a sleepless night because of that. I didn't want to sleep with your husband because he is like my brother-in-law. Ma, I swear with my life I can't let you down. I remember when my mom was so sick. You were the one who gave me money to take her to the hospital, and you also paid her hospital bills. During my dad's burial last year, you and your husband contributed immensely to the burial. Ma, after you gave me the $500K to sleep with your husband, my mind and spirit were seriously troubled. I couldn't sleep that night. First thing in the morning, I packed all my belongings because I was ready to give you back the $500K and leave your house that morning. But when I told your husband that I wanted to resign from the work, he asked why. I disclosed everything to him. Good morning, sir. Sandra greeted. Morning. Sandra, you look unhappy. What's troubling you this morning? Ben asked. Please, sir, I am not interested in working here any longer. I want to quit the work. Sandra replied. But why? What's wrong? Did my wife do anything bad to you? Ben asked. Not at all, sir. I want to use the little money I saved to establish a business. Sandra replied. Sandra, you're lying. That's not why you want to quit the work. Sandra, tell me the truth. What's wrong? Okay, sir, I will tell you, but don't tell your wife. I won't tell her. Sandra, I am all ears, said Ben. Your wife gave $500K to seduce you and sleep with you, and she promised to give me an additional $500K when I get pregnant for you. Sir, ever since she sent me that $500K, my mind has been seriously troubled. That's why I want to quit the work, because I can't sleep with you. Sandra replied. Oh my God. What's wrong with Mary? What should I do now? Please, sir, I want to go. I don't want to work here anymore, said Sandra. Sandra, I understand, but calm down. Don't allow that to make you leave your comfort zone. I have a plan, said Ben. What plan, sir? Sandra asked. Any day, my wife tells you to sleep with me, just let me know. I want to teach her very good lessons, said Ben. Okay, sir, but please, sir, I don't want us to do anything that will hurt her. Sandra replied. Don't worry about that, Sandra. Please go and continue with your work, said Ben. The next day, Ben installed CCTV cameras around the whole house. 2 days later, Mary collected the substance from Kimmy and put it in Ben's dinner. After Mary put the substance in Ben's food, she mistakenly left her phone unlocked on the dining table and went to shower. So when Ben wanted to eat the food, he saw the phone and carried it just to check the time because he was not with his phone and his football club was having a match in less than 15 minutes. As soon as he carried the phone, he saw a weird WhatsApp message. Mary, don't forget to put the substance in his food. I became extremely shocked and quickly went through all their chats. Thereafter, he threw the food away and pretended as if he had eaten the food finish. When Mary came out from the bathroom, she was very happy to see his plate emptied. Honey, you finished? Mary asked. Yes, the meal was very delicious and amazing, Ben replied and pretended as if he didn't see anything. After he finished watching his football and his club won, he started misbehaving and talking fakely like a drunkard, and when Mary realized that he was misbehaving, she knew the substance was working. So she forced him to enter the guest room, and when he entered, Sandra entered too, locked the door, and when she wanted to sleep on the same bed with Ben, Ben said, Sandra, you can't share a bed with me, so take this blanket, spread it on the floor, and sleep. Sandra happily collected the blanket, spread it on the floor, and slept. Around 5 a.m., Ben woke Sandra up and said, Sandra, you remember I told you that I want to teach my wife lessons? Yes, sir, I remember, Sandra replied. Okay, I want to fake being in love with you, and I will tell my wife that I am madly in love with you, that I enjoyed you on a bed more than her, said Ben. Please, sir, that's pure wickedness now, and she would get hurt and frustrated badly. Please, I am not interested in the game. Please, sir, bring another game, said Sandra. Sandra, don't let that one be your headache. She's my wife and I need to teach her the lessons she will never forget in her entire life. Ben replied. Please, sir, I beg you in the name of God, terminate this game, please. It might ruin your marriage, Sandra begged. Sandra, my wife needs to learn in hard ways. Just play your roles and leave the rest for me, Ben replied. Okay, I will try, sir. But I don't want you people to have problems, please, said Sandra. There will be no problem at all. It's because of this game that I installed CCTV cameras all over this house so that she would watch what we've been doing. Ben responded. Honey, that was everything that happened. I swear I never knew you were truly pregnant. I thought you forged the pregnancy. Please, I am very sorry for the severe pain and heartbreak that I caused you. Please find a place in your heart to forgive me. Ben knee and apologies to Mary. Thereafter, Mary and Ben reconciled, and she learned how to shut her mouth. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you like us to continue these stories, please comment continue. Bye for now.